So today I'm going to talk about food again. So I've been working on my resupply boxes for the Colorado Trail, and someone just wrote a comment, asked me, what's a honey stinger? Well, basically Google it. It'll tell you everything you need to know about it, but I'd never really heard of them or considered them. I was on Isle Royale backpacking a couple of years ago, and I shared a shelter with a couple that gave me a couple, tried them, liked them. What I really liked about them, not only did they taste good, they've got 150 calories per wafer. They're round, even though they're in square packaging. But even with that, I could stuff 16 of them down into my Ziploc containers. Whereas before that, I was using these Belvita sandwich cookies, and, I can only get like 4 packages into a container so they don't get crushed. That's where I carry them. And so I started carrying honey stingers and have been using them now for a couple of years. And on the Arizona Trail this spring, I'd go to Fry's grocery stores around Arizona, and I could find these things for sometimes 95 cents on sale, $1. I just started looking because you saw me pull one out of my resupply box and said I have these, but I needed more, and so I started shopping around Michigan here, and cheapest I can find, even on Amazon, is like $1.20, $1.25 per wafer, and I have a couple of them in the morning. So, that's $2, $2.50 for breakfast, my first breakfast with my coffee and carnation instant breakfast in the morning. And I thought, man, that is crazy. And so I went online and I Googled substitute for honey stinger, and I found Stroopwaffle. And they're basically the same thing. In fact, these, I believe, have 170 calories per wafer. And so I found these at Walmart, and they were like 50 cents a piece I've got in these. And then I found that they had 2 different sizes, and they're actually packaged better. So instead of individual packaging, you get them like this. And I can put the small ones, so as these cups taper down, the smaller one fits, like the 8 of them fit right in the bottom of this cup perfectly. And the larger ones, 8 of them fit. I could actually get probably 20 in this thing, in the top here. And so this is like perfect packaging, more calories, and cheaper. Some people might say I'm cheap. I'm just frugal. And my biggest attraction to these is that I like to say Stroopwaffle. What are you having? I'm having Stroopwaffles. So these particular Stroopwaffles are caramel, cinnamon, and real bourbon vanilla, product of the Netherlands. They are suitable for vegetarians, no artificial color flavors. They do have palm oil in there. But if you're concerned about ingredients, you can do what I'm probably going to do when I get back from Colorado. I don't have time right now, but I'm going to make my own. So I Googled that too. You can probably make these for 10 or 15 cents. And I Googled, and up popped Martha Stewart, and she was making them on her Pizzle Iron. So I have to buy a Pizzle Iron, which is probably under $10, but it's just like a waffle iron that has these little lines like the cookies have. And it takes like 1 minute. So you drizzle your dough into the pizzle, shut it for a minute, and you get a cookie come out. And so what the real Stroopwaffle bakers do is then they cut that cookie in half when it's hot, and then they put their filling in there. But I wouldn't do that. I would just make 2 and put my filling between 2 of them. So I think it'd be really simple to make these things. I'm going to try it. I'm buying a Pizzle Iron when I get back to make my Stroopwaffles. So the only problem with these things is in the cold weather, they get hard. I noticed on the Arizona Trail, it was so cold this spring on the Arizona Trail that these things could break your teeth. So I had to plan ahead and, you know, put them in my pocket first thing in the morning and get them warmed up. If you were carrying a stove and having coffee or tea in the morning, just set it on top of your cup and they'll thaw out really quickly. So if you see me on the Colorado Trail and say, hey, that guy said he carried honey stingers, he's got Stroopwaffles. Well, it's just growth, experience. You change food, gear constantly, and that's what I'm doing. So don't everybody run out and buy honey stingers because I do, or Stroopwaffles. You'll drive the price of these things up. Stick with your honey stingers. I'll stick with the Stroopwaffles, and I'm not sharing my Stroopwaffles. Keep your hands off my Stroopwaffles if you see me on the trail. Keep smiling.